Hello friends, Radhe Radhe. Welcome to Gopal Education Hub. So today I will discuss the rest of the part of chapter number 11, financial statement of companies, subject accountancy, CA Inter. In this video I will discuss dividend part and the illustrations related to the financial statements. Okay. So these are some of the concept related to the dividend and profit. Let's start. What is distributable profits? Distributable profits कौन से होते हैं? Amount of profits available for distribution to the shareholders as a dividend. Distributable profit is the part of profit which is available for distribution to the shareholders after deducting depreciation, after deducting tax, after deducting interest and other expenses. That part of profit which is available for distribution to the shareholders. Okay. And now what is dividend? Meaning of dividend. Dividend means distribution of divisible profits of a company among the members as per their shareholding. Dividend means दैट पार्ट ऑफ डिविजिबल प्रॉफिट, जो डिविजिबल पार्ट का वो प्रॉफिट जो हम शेयर होल्डर्स को बांटते हैं. सिंपली स्टेटेड, डिविजिबल प्रॉफिट्स इज द पार्ट ऑफ दैट प्रॉफिट विच इज़ अवेलेबल फॉर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन and dividend is that part of divisible profit which is distributed among the members. So dividend is part of distributable profit because distributable profits can be saved also for in the form of reserves. So dividend is simply distribution of divisible profits of a company among the members as per their shareholding. Here assets are not used for payment. For declaring the dividend of payment of the dividend, assets are not used for payment. So here dividend includes the interim dividend also. Interim dividend, what is interim dividend? Interim dividend is the dividend which is declared in between the year or for a half of the year or in between the two period or like in a like generally the dividend is declared after completion of the year, but interim dividend can be declared in between the year like after the 6 month, half yearly. So that dividend which is declared during the year or in between the year, that dividend is called the interim dividend. As per section 123 of the Companies Act 2013, dividend should be declared or paid by a company. Here it is given the sources of dividend, like from which sources you can declare the dividend or which profit can be used for the payment of the dividend. Okay, so dividend should be declared or paid by a company out of the profit of the company after depreciation. Like for the current year, it is about the current year depreciation, current year dividend, current year profit, current year profit means here you can declare the dividend out of the current year profit but after providing the depreciation, or out of the profits of previous financial year, or maybe you have saved the profits of the previous financial year in the form of the free reserves, then you can declare the dividend out of that free reserves also, or the previous year profit and loss or profits, you can declare the dividend, or out of both above, you can declare the dividend out of both also. And fourth one is out of monies provided by central government or the state government. Got it? You can declare the dividend out of the four sources. First is the dividend of the current year, profit of the current year after providing depreciation, and profit of the last year, previous year, or out of the both, or out of the money provided by central government or state government. Okay. And dividend should be declared out of a free reserves. free reserves, not out of any other reserves. It should be declared out of a free reserve. This is the condition as per the section 123 of the Companies Act, and we have to follow it. So now we compute the profit which are available for distribution. Profits for current year, okay, and then depreciation लेस कर देंगे हम उसमें से, करंट ईयर के प्रॉफिट में से डेप्रिसिएशन लेस हो जाएगा, एंड एरियर्स ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन फॉर पास्ट ईयर के डेप्रिसिएशन भी लेस होगा. देन आफ्टर दैट profit which is available for the distribution is used for distributing the dividend. So out of the profit of the current year depreciation and arrear of the depreciation for past years is deducted from the profits of the current year, and then after that amount which is remained after deducting depreciation for current year or arrears of depreciation for past years is available for distribution as a dividend. Okay, so what we have discussed here is, first of all, what is distributable profit, what is dividend, and what are the provisions, like what are the sources for the declaration of the dividend, and what is the process of computing the profit available for distribution. Okay, so first of all, what is distributable profits? Distributable profit is profit available for distribution to the shareholders as a dividend. And what is dividend? Dividend is that amount of divisible profits which are distributed among the members of a company as per their shareholding. Here assets are not used for payment, and dividend includes interim dividend also. Dividend includes interim dividend also. And what are the sources as per section 123 of the Companies Act? Out of the profits of the current year after providing depreciation, out of the profits of the previous financial year, or out of the both above, and out of monies provided by central government or a state government. And dividend should be declared out of free reserves. Because I have already discussed that you can like in any year in which you didn't declare the dividend, then you can transfer that amount of profit to the free reserves, and those free reserves can be used for distributing the dividend in the later years. So dividend should be declared out of the free reserve. This is the condition, and every company has to follow it. And what are the steps for computing the profit available for distribution? That is profit for current year, and out of that profit of current year, depreciation for current year is reduced, and then depreciation, arrears of depreciation for past year is reduced, and that amount which is remains after deducting depreciation for past years and current year, that amount is available for distribution. Now there are some rules are given for the dividend, like what should be the rate of dividend, and and what should be the amount, and all these provisions are given in the company's declaration and payment of dividend rule 2014. What the rules are saying: if dividend is declared out of past profits or reserves, if dividend is declared out of the past profits or reserves, then there are 5 conditions for that. What are the first condition? What is the first condition? First condition is rate of dividend should not exceed the average of rate of dividend declared in 3 immediately preceding years. But if dividend not declared during preceding 3 years, then not applicable. Like if you are declaring the dividend out of the past profits or the reserves, like free reserves, then the rate of dividend which you are proposing to declare should be equal or less than the average rate of dividend which you have declared in last 3 years, in 3 immediately preceding years. Like I will let I give you an example to make you understand about it. Like if there is a 2022, 2023 and 2024 and 2021, then you are planning to declare dividend in 2024 on the basis of past profits. Okay, Past profits, you are declaring the dividend out of the past profits. And in the last 3 years you have declared dividend here 15%, here 10%, and here 12%. Okay, you have declared dividend out of in the past three immediately preceding 3 years, this much rate: 15%, 10%, and 12%. Now you are declaring dividend out of the past profits, because in this year maybe you have a more profits, or you have a free reserves, you have transferred the amount of profits to the free reserves, or in this year also maybe you have excess profits. So you can declare the dividend out of the past profits, but these conditions should be followed. The first condition is that the rate which you are proposing here should be equal or less than, not exceed, out of should not exceed the average of these three, like 15% plus 10% plus 12%. We will do the average. Approximate 12.3%. So you can declare the dividend of 12% or 12.2 or 3%, something like that. So this rate, your dividend which you are proposing in 2024 should not exceed to 12.3%. I think if no dividend is declared during preceding 3 years, then not applicable. If you have like if the company has not declared dividend in these 3 years, then not applicable, then this condition will not be applicable. So this is the first condition. And now come to the second condition, that amount drawn from accumulated profits should not exceed 1/10 of the sum of the paid up share capital and free reserves. Okay, let I give you one example. Like if you are proposing the dividend, and if you are proposing dividend if you are proposing dividend of 10%, let's suppose 10%. Okay, and you have a profits of 500 crore. Okay, you have a profit of 500 crore. Then this dividend amount is, how much is the dividend amount? 50 crore. Okay, 50 crore amount is the dividend amount which you are proposing to declare. This amount, but the company is paid up share capital plus free reserves amounted to, sorry, not 10%, 1/10. 1/10, see, is the same here, but 1/10 we should mention here. So but let's suppose paid up share capital and free reserves amount total is 200 crore plus 400 crore. Okay, so total is 600 crore, let's suppose. So here what the condition is saying, that amount drawn from accumulated profits should not exceed 1/10 of the sum of the paid up capital and free reserves. Here you are declaring the dividend of 650 crore. Okay, and what is the 1/10 of this amount? 1/10 of this amount is 60 crore. So you are satisfying this condition. Okay, but if you are proposing dividend of 1/10 of 700 crore, you have a profit of 700 crore, and you are proposing 1/10 of the 700 crore, then your dividend amount is 70 crore. Okay, then your amount is 70 crore. If your amount is 70 crore, then you are not satisfying this condition of 1/10 of the paid up share capital plus free reserves. So here you are violating the rules, and you can't declare the dividend in this way, and you will be liable and you will be punishable. So you have to follow these rules. So first rule is that rate of dividend should not exceed the average of rate of dividend declared in 3 immediately preceding years. And second condition is amount drawn from accumulated profit should not exceed 1/10 of the sum of the paid up share capital and free reserves. Okay, I will repeat again, but let complete first these 5 conditions. Amount drawn shall be utilized to set off the losses first before declaring dividend. Suppose you have drawn the amount of out of the profits, you have a 500 crore of profits, and you have drawn amount of let's suppose 100 crore for declaring the dividend, and the company has like these are the past profits, because we are declaring the dividend out of the past profits or the free reserves. You have drawn the amount of 100 crore, and company has losses this year. Company has losses of rupees 70 crore this year. So first of all you will set off the 70 crore, and then you can declare the dividend of only 30 crore rupees. So this rule is saying, third condition is that amount drawn shall be utilized to set off the losses first before declaring any dividend. And then balance of reserves after such withdrawal should not fall below 15% of paid up share capital. Now this is the most important condition, that like if you have drawn a amount from the past profits or the reserves, and after the withdrawal your reserves should not be less than the 15% of the paid up share capital. Like suppose you have a 600 crore in the past profits, okay, and you are declaring dividend of 10%. First of all, then 60 crores you are using for the dividend declaration, okay, and after the withdrawal, like you have withdrawn 60 crore, now after 600 crore, after deducting the 60 crore out from the 600 crore, you are remain with 540 crore, and company's paid up share capital is, let's suppose, 2000 crore. Company's paid up share capital is 2000 crore, and 15% of 2000 crore is how much? 300 crore. So here the company is meeting the condition of a 540 crore, okay, like his profits, the company's profits after withdrawing the amount of dividend is 15%, is more than 15%, और इज़ नॉट लेस देन द 15%, मीन्स कि 15% से ज़्यादा नीचे नहीं होनी चाहिए अमाउंट, ठीक है। यहाँ 2000 करोड़ का 15% 300 करोड़ बन रहा है, तो क्या जो प्रॉफिट बच गया है कंपनी के पास आफ्टर डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ डिविडेंड और डिविडेंड की अमाउंट निकालने के बाद, क्या वो 15% से कम है या ज़्यादा है? यहाँ पे कंपनी के पास 15% से ज़्यादा है, यहाँ पे 300 करोड़ बन रहा है। लेकिन अगर मान लो यहाँ पे कंपनी के पास प्रॉफिट होता 200 करोड़ का, ठीक है, और कंपनी डिक्लेयर करती डिविडेंड 60 करोड़ का, ठीक है। नाउ द कंपनी हैज़ लेफ्ट विद द 140 करोड़, and the same here condition is 2000 crore. Now the 300 crore is the 15% of 2000, but now company has remained with only 140 crore, which is less than the 15% of the paid up share capital. So here the company has violated the fourth condition, and company will be punishable and for the violation of this rule. Okay, so this condition you should meet out. Don't worry, if anybody has any problem, then I will discuss again. I will repeat this. But first of all, let's complete the fifth condition. What is the fifth condition? Profit of current year less, we will less the previous year loss or depreciation, whichever is less. Okay. Like if the company is declaring the dividend out of the past profits, here the company is declaring the dividend out of the past profits, and here we have a profits of current year. Let's suppose we have a profits of 200 crore. Now we have a previous year loss also and depreciation also. And we have studied earlier that for before declaring the dividend, we will reduce the depreciation for the current year and areas of depreciation for past year also. So what the company has made, what the Companies Act has made the rule that out of the profit of the current year, we will reduce the previous year loss or depreciation, whichever is less. If the loss is, let's suppose, 50 crore and the depreciation is 60 crore, okay, then only 50 crore will be less, or 50 crore will be deducted out of the profit of the current year. So here it is 150 crore which is available for distribution. What is mentioned in the study material? Let's see once again. Yes, see the fifth condition. What the study material has mentioned, it has mentioned that no company should declare dividend unless carried over previous losses and depreciation not provided in previous year are set off against profit of the company of the current year. Like if the previous year loss and depreciation are not deducted out of the past profits, then what we will do, we will deduct those loss or depreciation out of the current year profit, and the loss or the depreciation whichever is less. Okay, so uh, and depreciation not provided in previous year are set off against profit of the company of the current year, the loss or the depreciation whichever is less in previous years is set off against the profit of the company for the year for which the dividend is declared or paid. I think this is the amount, this is the only clearly indicating the meaning. So what we have to do, if the past profit and the past if the past depreciation and past losses are not adjusted against the past profits, then what we will do, first we will adjust that loss or the depreciation out of both whichever is less out from the current year profit. Okay, so these are the five conditions given under the rules. That first is the rate of dividend declared should not exceed the average of the rates at which dividends are declared by it in 3 immediately preceding years. Means 3 years, पिछले 3 years का average का जो rate होगा वही rate से ज़्यादा हम declare नहीं कर सकते. And the amount which we are drawing from the accumulated profits should not exceed 1/10 of the paid up share capital and the free reserves of the company. And the amount drawn should first be utilized to set off the losses incurred in the financial year in which dividend is declared before any dividend in respect of equity share is declared. So what is the process? I think it is for the past profits. If the dividend is declared out of the past profits, first condition is about the rate. Okay, should not exceed the rate out average rate. Okay, should be less than the average rate of the 3 preceding financial year. Okay, and then second one is should not exceed 1/10 of the paid up share capital plus free reserves. Okay, and then third condition is that the amount should first be utilized to set off the loss. Okay, amount should be utilized to set off the losses. Okay, the amount should be utilized to set off the losses. And then fourth is the balance of the reserves after such withdrawal should not fall below 15% of its paid up share capital as appearing in the latest audited financial statement. And the fourth condition I have discussed here, the balance in the reserves, balance of reserves after the withdrawal should be minimum 15% of the paid up share capital. Okay, after the withdrawal, so it should not means after, like from the profits we have withdrawn the amount, and after withdrawal the amount of profit should be, or at least should be 15% of the paid up share capital. And this is the way, like profits of the current year, if the past profits, if the past losses or the depreciation are not set off against the past profits, then first of all we will set off that past losses or past depreciation, whichever is less out of both. Like if loss is less than loss, and then depreciation is less than depreciation less, out of both whichever is less will be adjusted against those profits before declaring the dividend. Okay, these 5 conditions you have to remember, and we have to consider before declaring any dividend out of the past profits. Please keep in mind, this is for the past profits. This is for the past profits or the reserves, not out of the current profit. For the current profit, current year profits, we have this one. We have this one. Okay, for the current year profits, then we reduce the depreciation for current year and areas of depreciation for past years. Okay, if we are declaring dividend out of the current year profits. But if we are declaring dividend out of the past profits or reserves, then these 5 conditions must be satisfied. And then transfer to reserves. Board of directors are free and can appropriate part of profits to a credit of a reserve as per section 123 of the Companies Act. So board is free and they can transfer the amount, any amount to the reserves as per their convenience. Okay. So now sometimes appropriations are made under the law. समटाइम्स क्या होता है कि अप्रोप्रिएशंस मेड की जाती है अंडर लॉ, मीन्स कुछ चीज़ें रिजर्व्स में ट्रांसफ़र की जाती हैं. As per the Banking Act, a fixed percent is transferred to general reserves before declaration of dividend. So it is mandatory as per the law that the banking company has to transfer a fixed percentage of profits to general reserves before declaration of dividend. Okay, and if profits are transferred to reserve for loan repayment, if profits are transferred to reserve for loan repayment, if the company has to repay the loan, then company need to transfer some amount to the reserves for that loan repayment. So these are the appropriations, some appropriations for the under the law, not so important, but you have to just keep in mind. And now next is the for divisible profits, reduce losses and areas of depreciation. Like we have discussed already here, for profits for the current year, like depreciation and the areas of past depreciation. And then here saying reduce the losses and areas of depreciation. Areas of depreciation means current year depreciation, and the areas of past year depreciation and losses. First of all, for the declaration of the dividend from the distributable profits. Got it? Now this is all about the distributable profit. And now we have given more, like about dividend from the for the preference shareholders. And section 124 has mentioned some conditions about the dividend. First of all, declaration of dividend. As per section 123 of the Companies Act 2013, amount of dividend should be deposited in a scheduled bank in a separate account. This is the process of declaration of dividend. First of all, what is the process of declaration of dividend? That dividend is proposed in the meeting, board meeting, and then it is approved, and then after the approval of the dividend, then dividend should be deposited in a scheduled bank in a separate account within 5 days from the date of the declaration. Okay, so dividend should be deposited within 5 days from the date of the declaration, and dividend should be paid to registered shareholder only. Okay, dividend should be paid to registered shareholder only. And dividend payable in cash may be paid by check or warrant or in any e-mode to the shareholder. Like if any shareholder is not registered, or if is in the process of registration, or he has applied for the transmission, actually for the declaration of dividend a process is followed. Like who a setup, like a record date is declared, like who are the what the members on until that record date will be considered for the dividend. So record date is considered for the declaration of the dividend. So those members who are registered till that date, record date, those are eligible for the dividend. And so dividend should be paid to the registered shareholder only. And dividend payable in cash may be paid in by check, warrant, or in any mode to the shareholder. Okay. Now, dividend on preference shares. Okay, preference shareholders are entitled to receive a dividend at a fixed rate before declaring dividend to equity shares. So this is the right of the preference shareholders, that they will receive the dividend before any dividend is declared for the equity shareholders, because the preference shareholders are given the preference in the case for the dividend declaration. Okay. Now, but there should be profits, and directors should recommend payment of a dividend. Profits hone there should be profits, and the director should recommend the payment of the dividend. These are two conditions for the preference shares, that preference shares are entitled to dividend before the equity shareholders, and but there should be profits, and directors should recommend the payment of dividend. Okay. Now, dividend on partly paid shares. As per authorized by articles, company may pay dividend in proportion to the amount paid on each share. As per authorized by articles, company may pay dividend in proportion to the amount paid on each share. If the company has a call for, if the share price is 10 rupees, and let I make you understand through an example. Like, if the company share price is rupees 10, and the company has called of amount rupees 8, and the shareholder has paid the amount of rupees 8, then company what are the rules, that a company may pay dividend in proportion to the amount paid on each share. Like, whatever the amount he has paid, the company will pay the share accordingly. Okay. Now, the company, let's suppose the company has declared the dividend of a 10%. Okay. Now, the 10% is not computed on the 10 rupees, it will be computed on the 8 rupees. Okay. So 0.8 is the dividend amount. Okay. So the rule is saying that the dividend amount should be in proportion to the paid amount by the shareholders. Okay. Calls in advance do not rank for payment of dividend. If somebody has paid the calls in advance, then dividend will not be paid on that. Okay. So these are the some conditions and the rules mentioned in section 123. Now, as per section 124, these are some conditions for, or I will say this is the process or some conditions for the dividends related. As per section 124 of the Companies Act 2013, if dividend is declared by company but not paid or claimed within 30 days of declaration, yes, like company has declared dividend, and company has proposed declare the dividend, and company should deposit the dividend within 5 days of the declaration of the dividend to a separate bank account. Okay. Now, what the company has to do, the company has to pay the dividend within 30 days of the declaration, like including that 5 days also. So and the shareholder should claim the dividend within 30 days of the declaration. And then if the company should within 7 days of expiry of 30 days, if the company doesn't pay the dividend, or if the shareholder doesn't claim the dividend, then what the company will do, the company, after the expiry of the 30 days, within 7 days, after expiry of 30 days, within 7 days, transfer the amount to a special account in a scheduled bank called as unpaid dividend account. Okay. Then what the company will do, company will transfer the amount to the unpaid dividend account within a 7 days after expiry of the 30 days. Okay. Now, after transfer of amount to unpaid dividend account within 90 days, like the company has transferred the amount to the unpaid dividend account, now within 90 days, prepare a statement containing names, their last known addresses, and unpaid dividend. Okay. And place it on website of the company, and also on any other website approved by central government. So after transfer of an amount to after transfer of amount to unpaid dividend account within 90 days, what to do? Within 90 days, prepare a statement containing names, their last known addresses, and unpaid dividend. Okay, like the company has transferred the amount to unpaid dividend account, then prepare a statement containing the last known address and unpaid dividend, what all the details about the unpaid dividend, and place it on the website of the company and also any other website approved by the central government. Now, third condition, if amount is not transferred to an unpaid dividend account, if the company has not transferred any amount to unpaid dividend